Hello everybody and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. I've got John here to go over tomorrow's game, St Mirren versus Celtic. It's going to be a tough one, John, isn't it? St Mirren always gives a tough game, don't they?
It's going to be tough. We know that. We says that since we started talking about these 4 games. We knew that St Mirren was always going to be the toughest test, and I hope the Celtic players are well aware of that. I'm sure they are, Xander, but anyway, you sound a lot better.
Aye, John, I feel a wee bit better. Still not quite there, but getting there. It's been a tough 8 days for me, but I'm light at the end of the tunnel, John. So aye, cheers for that, mate. Before we go any further, there was remixed up with the competition this week. Roseanne won the competition. So it was more or less a tie with Colin as well, Colin Stewart. So congratulations, Colin. We're going to give both of them a Chris Sutton Legend frame print, John. So since it's Christmas, I'm feeling in a Christmassy mood. Colin Stewart and Roseanne both won the Celtic Legends Chris Sutton frame, and we'll get that posted out to you probably the day after tomorrow, Colin.
Aye, it's Colin's wife, Michelle, messaged me saying that Collins had got it right, and she was right. He did get it right, but look, it's acceptable under the circumstances. You've been in hospital and all that, and it's easy to miss stuff like that because, I don't check that stuff. I just read the comments when it comes to that side of it. But I am glad for Michelle and Collins. Michelle says Chris Sutton's one of her favourite Celtic players. So she's a nice woman, Michelle, and so is Collins. They're a nice couple,
Yeah.
So I'm glad they eventually got one because they've always been in there with their guesses every single podcast,
Yeah.
So well done to they two, Michelle and Collins. Well done you two. The print's on its way to you, and also well done, Roseanne. Even though you didn't win, but we obviously in the last podcast we put a video up saying you'd won. So we're not going to be doing you at your print either. So you get one as well.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's fair enough. And there's no competition this week because, the game's tomorrow, so we didn't have a competition for this week. There wasn't a long enough gap to have a competition. So the next competition will be the return game against Bucket Thistle in the Cup. Come back after the winter break. So we'll mention a wee bit more about that nearer the time. I suppose there's still a few weeks before that game kicks in. So we'll have that competition up and running probably in the next podcast or two. All right, John, let's get into this. Before we go into the St Mirren game, have you heard these stories about Balogun spitting at the Celtic fans, John?
No, I haven't actually read up on anything. All I've been doing is watching videos. That's all I've done. I've been watching some videos on Celtic. But no, I never heard about that one. That's disgusting if that's happens, Xander,
If it's true, it's totally disgusting. I went onto the internet to see if I could see any pictures of it. And there is a sort of one blood picture that I've got up on the screen just now. It does sort of suggest that he did do it. So what an absolute disgusting guy, if it's true, honestly.
Well, I can't comment on if he's done it or no. So, like I said, if he's done that, that's appalling. It's disgusting, and it should be looking at a severe ban for that, Xander. If he has done that, if it's proven that he's done that, aye, he should be banned for that. I take it that's when he gets sent off or something then.
It must have been when he got sent off and he's going down the tunnel. I think it was when he was going down the tunnel after it got sent off. Yeah, I think
No,
that's
we know all about their players doing that to Celtic fans. Doof as well. He was one, wasn't he?
Juff was another one that done it. Aye. So yeah, absolutely disgusting. It's just nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me, John. So anyway, we'll watch this space with that one because obviously there'll be more coming out on that. I think definitely. So we'll wait and see what happens with that one. Another one is this Rangers manager. This guy beginning to annoy me even more every time I hear about him. He's demanding the VAR audio for the penalty decision that they didn't get. He's demanding, John, the VAR audio for the penalty decision that they didn't get. What do you think of that?
Maybe CD collection's crap.
Aye, it's unreal, isn't it? I mean, it's nothing. You can't beat a defeat with dignity, Johnny. I mean, you can't whack it, you know. A defeat with dignity, that's what everybody wants to see. What a guy.
Aye, I don't know. I've not even heard about that. If he's doing that, he's a muppet anyway, because nothing's going to ever happen from it.
No.
You know what I mean? It's the points are handed out. That's it. It's done. Celtic's get the 3 points. We beat them. That's it. It's done. So what you want to demand stuff like that for? What you want with it? What you going to do once you get it? You know what I mean, Xander?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, so no, nothing will come. Nothing will come of that anyway, John. He's just trying to make an example and make his voice heard. This Rangers manager, isn't he? That's all that is. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, is going to come of that anyway. The game's finished. The points are in the bag. Take your defeat like a man.
Well, that's the problem, Xander. They can't take their defeat like a man. They never have been able to take defeat like a man, beat their fans or their team or whatever. They can't take getting beat with Celtic. They just can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the simple truth. They can't handle getting beat with Celtic. There's absolutely no dignity in that team when they get beat with Celtic.
And that's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. So what did you do, Hug Renee, John? What did you have a wee drink after the victory and celebrate, or did you just have a quiet night in yourself?
No, I was in my bed at 11:30, Xander.
Were you?
Aye. I don't do New Year. I don't drink, so I don't do New Year.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to have a wee drink. I don't drink now, but no, I just into bed, Xander. I've never liked New Year, you know. I've never been one for maybe when I was a lot younger, you know, the days when you had parties and stuff with your pals. But the days are, you know, I mean, I don't know. I just don't do New Year anymore. I haven't done for 10 years anyway.
Mm-hmm. Aye. It's well, obviously I was just in my bed no while anyway, but I didn't celebrate, but it did make me feel a wee bit better, the result, you know, just that one, just beating them at New Year. Brilliant. What a feeling. Just before we go into the St Mirren game, we'll get there eventually, don't worry. The Asia Cup, John, that starts on the 12th of January and ends on the 12th of February. And we've got Daizen Maeda and Ryo Hatate away on international duty for the 4 weeks. But the good news is Kyogo has not been called up, so he's going to be staying at Celtic. That's good news, isn't it, John?
Good news that Kyogo's staying, but look, Hatate and Daizen might just go Hatate back and he's away again. He'll probably end up getting injured again.
Yeah, I know. But he's not kicked a ball for Celtic in months, so we're not really missing anything really there, John. I know what you're saying, he's a top player, but it's going to be another 2 or 3 weeks before he gets a game anyway. I mean, he might not even get a game in the Asia Cup. Maybe he's just getting called up. The guy can't be 100% fit. Well, no match fit anyway, is he?
No, but he's an outstanding player, Hatate. If he doesn't get a start in the Japan team, something's wrong, because he's probably one of their best players, if not their best player. He's certainly our best technical player, Ryo Hatate. But Japan is, they're a talented team, Xander, you know. They're a really good team.
Yeah. Because it's not just the Japanese players are away, the South Korean players are away as well, aren't they? So, you know, we're going to be quite short there, I think, you know. And saying that is the winter break. When does the winter break end? That's the 28th of January. So it's only a couple of games, I suppose. It's only a couple of games, but we just need to deal with it, John. We just need to deal with it.
Speaking of the Korean players, did you notice at the end of the game, the post-match celebrations? Wee Kyogo went to shake O's hand and he pulled his hand away for Kyogo. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that, John. No.
It's on the Celtic FC channel on YouTube. If you watch the post-match celebration, just watch for Kyogo. When O's approached him, when they're all happy at the end, they're all shaking hands and hugging and all that. It comes to O and he pulled his hand away for Kyogo. I wonder what that's all about.
I know. Never seen it, John, so I'll keep an eye open for that one. But I could know these different cultures and things like that, John. You know, it could be anything it could be just something simple like that, down to their culture or whatever, you know. But No, never seen it, John. So I'll keep my eye open for that one.
That's not down to culture. That's ignorance. That's down to nothing else. You don't. Wee Kyogo's a wee happy guy. He's happy with everybody. Everybody's hugging him and all that, and then he puts his hand out to Owen. He just pulls his hand away and puts it in his forehead.
No, well,
A bit weird. Isn't that strange, Xander?
Aye, that's a bit strange. Aye, I've got to admit, it's his teammate, isn't it? They're the best of pals. So, there's nothing to worry about there anyway, John. Not something to worry about. It's
no, nothing to worry about. It's just I found it strange, you know.
Yeah, it's strange, definitely. Right, John, into this game tomorrow, John. Big game. Last game before the winter break. I've got how long's the winter break? Is it 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I think. So a win tomorrow puts into the winter break in a good place, obviously. Beating St Mirren would be a great result because St Mirren they're a good team. You know, they're sitting, fifth? Is it fifth in the league there? Yep. They're sitting fifth in the league, John, with 29 points. They just beat Aberdeen 2-0 last weekend there. So they're on a wee bit of form, if you like. Tomorrow is David Munro, so he's the man in the middle. Bookmaker odds, John, we've got St Mirren win at 11-1, the draw at 19-4, and the Celtic win at 2-7. For the first goal scorer, we'll just look at the Celtic players here, John. We've got Kyogo, 72, O, 92, Abada, 6-1, Palmer, 7-1. So that's your first goal scoring odds there, John. Any of them? Do you fancy putting a wee bet on any of them, John? Kyogo 72, Palmer 71, O 92, Abada 61.
I don't know. Maybe Kyogo sounds a good bet after that goal at the weekend. It's going to be high, isn't it, after that? It's going to be on a wee high after that. So that might be worth a punt, that one.
Yeah, it might be, yeah. I wonder what the betting on Bernardo is, actually. I should have checked that out. The price on Bernardo to score the first goal. So, no, I'd maybe look at maybe a Palmer at 71. You know, that's a great price for Palmer to score the first goal tomorrow, I think.
Aye, that's a good price, aye. It was Kyogo 72. I think that's a better one. I think Kyogo's going to be on a wee high tomorrow, I think. Wouldn't bet against him scoring. Look, it's going to be a hard game. We don't know. It's going to be a really hard game. You know, St Mirren on the back of a 3-0 win at Pittodrie. They're going to be on a high as well, Xander.
Yeah, that's it. They are going to be in a real high, especially playing at home, John. So looking at their form, actually, St Mirren, they've won 2 the last 6. So I thought their form was better than that, John. But obviously, they won at the weekend there against Aberdeen. Before that, they lost the last 2 games and then drew the one before that. So the form wasn't great going into the Aberdeen game. It's just the Aberdeen game that's they've picked up a wee bit, John, against Aberdeen. So that's their form anyway. So it's 1 loss, draw, 1 loss. That's St Mirren's form. The last 5 games, John, against St Mirren, right? So the last 5 games, Celtic Park 2-1 to Celtic. Then a 2 weeks draw at Celtic Park. Then we beat them 5-1 at their ground. And then we beat them 5-1 at Celtic Park. And then we beat them 4-0 at Celtic Park. So we've beat them quite high scores, quite a lot of these games. And there was also a 2-0 win that they beat us. I think was it last season? Was it last season they beat us 2-0, John? Was it the season before? Can't remember. But that's the last 5 games, this one. So we've taken a lot of goals off St Mirren with the looks of things. You know, 5-1, 5-1, 4-0. Yeah, a lot of high scoring games there, John.
Aye, it certainly is. But you've got Celtic, they're just starting to hit form. Had they been in the midst, a run of form, you know, but we're not really in the midst of a run of form because we were quite poor the month leading up to December, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We're just starting to get the win behind us now. We've beat 3 teams in a row. It's got it's got to give Celtic confidence that, innit? 3 wins in a row.
Aye. Yeah, the form guide looks a lot better when you're looking at Celtic now, John, with the wins. What a difference. 3 wins in a row. And we said straight after the Hearts game, John, the first thing we said was we've got to win the next 4 games. We've won the next 3. Tomorrow's the 4th. If we can get to that wee win tomorrow, which I think we will, obviously. But if we get that wee win tomorrow, John, we're looking good, I think.
Definitely. Aye.
Let's have a wee look at their top goal scorers, John. Mandron, 6 goals he scored. Mandron. O'Hara scored 5 goals, and Kilty, he scored 3. So there's 3 players right away we need to look out for tomorrow, innit?
And they look out for their whole teams, under even the ones that score the goals, because to a man, they will put up a fight. They will put up a fight against us. So we're not under any illusions here. We're going to go there and just win 4-0 like we have been doing against them, or 5-1 or whatever. It's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a really hard game. But like after the weekend, what team's going to be on the biggest high, do you think? Celtic winning the big derby match? Hugo scoring a world-class goal? Or St Mirren going up to Aberdeen and getting a 3-0 win? Which is a great win for any team going to Pittodrie.
Yeah, it is. Right. 5 o'clock kick-off, by the way, John. 5 o'clock.
Oh, is it 5?
Aye, John. Every player, as you say, they've got a lot of good players in their team, St Mirren, but I don't see why we can't just go there. Turn up there the more and come out of there with 3 points. That's the way I look at it. We're on form, like you say, John. We're back on form. Obviously, they'll have that confidence booster way they win at Pittodrie, but I don't think that matters. It's Celtic they're playing, John, no Aberdeen. Know what I mean?
Well, exactly. Is St Mirren one of the teams that cut the allocation for Celtic fans?
Not too sure, John. It could be, yeah, could be right, yeah.
I think they were. Like I says, I just think they were. I could be wrong, but there was a few teams, Hearts. Obviously, Rangers, they don't want any Celtic fans in the stadium. Well, they offered us whatever it was, 500 tickets or something. Told them where to stick that. But Hearts, and I'm sure St Mirren was one of the other teams that wanted to slash the allocation of Celtic fans. I don't know if it's just Celtic fans. Obviously, I think they mean possibly all away fans. But I'm sure St Mirren were one of them. So, I mean, as if the stadium wasn't wee enough.
I think Kilmarnock was another team that cut the allocation, John. Went to Hearts, Kilmarnock, St Mirren. Obviously, the Rangers as well. All cutting Celtic's allocation.
Aye. I don't think it's just Celtic, though. I think other teams are included in that as well. But no, I don't think Kilmarnock were one of them. The Celtic's always had that one stand behind the goals.
No, Celtic used to get both stands, John.
Did they?
Aye, Celtic used to get both
stands. So they did. Aye, you're right. Aye, because I mind the end-to-end chanting at Rugby Park.
Aye, that's right. And I think Hibs is another team that done it. Cut the allocation.
I'm not sure. I know there's a few teams done it. I mean, you can understand that team like Hibs and that doing it, because they more or less fill their stadium up, didn't they, every game? They can fill their stadium up, but teams like St Mirren, what's the capacity of that stadium? 7,000 or something? That's tiny.
I know. No, it's a bit of a farce, isn't it? But they're going to fill their stadium more, John, because they're on form and they're filling their stadium just now. So it's not going to be an empty stadium no more. That's got to be jam packed, and obviously the Celtic end up with full as well. Obviously the Green Brigade, it's good to see them back into it, John. What a difference the Green Brigade made at Celtic Park against Rangers there on Sunday, didn't they? What a difference.
Make a huge difference, Ander. It's them at start all the stadium singing. I don't think it matters if the Green Brigade were there or no. I think the stadium would have been singing under the whole stadium, because it means a lot. It means a lot to the Celtic fans beating them. So no, I think every single Celtic fan done well. They were all singing. It was loud. It was a great atmosphere. But as in regards to the Mora, I'm not sure if our allocation's cut, if it's maybe even cut down to half a stand or whatever. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I just, for some reason, St Mirren's coming out of my mind that they cut the allocation. Somebody let us know in the comments.
Aye, that's it. Let us know in the comments, John. Let us know, because I don't know myself. I don't know what our allocation is for their stadium. Obviously, the Celtic Forever channel does a Celtic away days video, and St Mirren is one of them. So I just can't remember. But the away allocation would be on that video if you want to check it out on the Celtic Forever channel. You'll get all the videos there, and you'll get the St Mirren Celtic away days video on that. The allocation will be on that if you want to check that out. Anyway, John, lineups for the Mora. What's your predicted lineup for the Mora?
Everybody get watching the channel, by the way, before I do my lineup. This channel isn't just a podcast. There's tons and tons of Celtic videos. I've said it before, tons. They're all great videos. All the best Henrik Larsson goals, or all that stuff, compilations, all Celtic goals and stuff. So get stuck into that. There's some great viewing there. Big high figures there. Some of them over 100,000 and all that. So get watching them. Anyway.
Yeah.
The lineup for the Mora. Welsh is injured, isn't he? So he's not going to start. So it's going to be, I think, Naroki, I think he played well when he came on, and I'm losing my marbles with the days it is right now, Xander.
I know, this is Monday, going to the Mora's Tuesday. The game's on the Tuesday.
Saturday, Naroki played well. I thought he played really well, Naroki. So
yeah.
I think Brendan's going to give him a start, the Mora. He looks strong and confident, Naroki, didn't he?
Yeah, it looks good. Who's the boy up front for the Indessers, is it? Never had a sniff against Naroki, not a sniff.
Aye. Oh well. Dig in. So it's going to be Joe Hart, Liam Scales, Naroki, Greg Taylor. I think he had a wee shoulder injury or something. I seen him talking to Brendan at the end, pointing to his shoulder and that. So I don't know if he'll be there, but I'd imagine he'll be okay. Greg Taylor and Alistair Johnson. Midfield, going to be a tough one. Hitate's on the bench now, so is he ready for a start, do you think? I'm going to say Callum McGregor. Bernardo's going to start again. I thought he played really well on Saturday. Callum McGregor.
He's getting better every game, him, John, isn't he, Bernardo?
Aye, definitely, Xander, aye. So
there's a player there.
There sure is. McGregor, Bernardo, and O'Reilly. I think he's going to bench Hitate again tomorrow. Maybe get a wee starter for doing well. Come on, 20 minutes to go for winning. Up front, Kyogo, Hitate. No Hitate, Maeda. And Lewis Palmer.
All right. So what were these injuries, John? Awata and Carter Vickers. What's the latest their name, do you know?
No, I don't know. I've seen big Carter Vickers standing in the tunnel at full time. I don't know what's happened there. Obviously, he wasn't fit enough to start against them, but I think he's definitely missing the Mora. I know that.
Is he missing the Mora? Definitely.
Definitely missing the Mora. That's why I'm saying Naroki and Liam Scales at the back, because Carter Vickers is out, Xander.
Right, okay. And Awata, he's just disappeared again, isn't he? Just disappeared. Right, my starting 11 goes as follows: Hart in goal, Alistair Johnston, Naroki, Liam Scales, Greg Taylor, Callum McGregor. Just the same as yours, John, isn't it? Just the same. Bernardo, Matt O'Reilly, Kyogo. Maybe a bit of Badder in. Maeda and Palmer. Same as John.
Aye,
same as yours. Yeah.
Aye. Well, there might be a wee wild card thrown there. You might see Hitate getting a start. We just don't know. I kind of see it. It's a very, very important game, and we've got Bernardo, who's playing really well now, and he's match fit. So that's why I'm saying Bernardo.
No. Did you see Greg Taylor going off his heads with Mikey Johnston in the Rangers game?
No, I don't remember that, no.
Did you not see that? He wasn't chasing back. Wee Mikey wasn't chasing back. Wasn't covering his man, and wee Greg Taylor went right through him, John. Right through him. I think wee Greg Taylor's future captain material, maybe, John, eh?
If he was a better player, he would be.
That's unfair, John. That's unfair. I think wee Greg Taylor's a good wee player, man.
He is.
I think he's a good wee player.
Greg Taylor's problem for me, Xander, this is my problem with Greg Taylor, and I do like, I'm only kidding, by the way, I like Greg Taylor. I like him he's a nice wee guy as well. He's quite funny and all that. I do like Greg, and he's a good wee player, a really good player. But the problem that Greg's got is he gets targeted every single week as a weak link. Now, nobody can deny that because the ball's constantly getting thumped down the left because they think Greg Taylor's a weak link because he's quite short in stature. He's maybe not the strongest. And how many times has he been booted right out of the park?
No, I know.
You know, he's a target. He's definitely a target for opposition teams, and I love wee Greg Taylor, but he does get targeted.
He was one of the men of the match against Rangers, John. He was brilliant against Rangers.
Oh, he had a great game, aye, great game, wee Greg Taylor. And he was one of the players of the season last season as well, wee Greg.
Mm-hmm. Score prediction time, John. What are you thinking? What's the score going to be tomorrow?
That's a hard game, innit? Don't want to get me too heavy with the scores here. I'm going to say it's going to be close. It's going to be close, I think. It's just a guess, remember, everybody. So we're no predicting the future here. But I'm going to say 3-1 for Celtic.
I was thinking 3-0. But I think it could be a closer game, if you know what I mean, John. I think it could be a one each, 2-1. 2 each, something like that, you know, very, very close. I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 Celtic, John. You know how they battle against us, John St Mirren, especially at Love Street. You know, they're constantly battling against us. They put in a fighting performance, every single one of their players, John. So I think it'll be a narrow victory, John. We'll come out of there with a 2-1 win. And obviously, we'd all be happy with that, I suppose.
I'd be happy with that. I'd be delighted with that. Anyone the more, I'll take a last minute penalty. And then again, the way we take penalties, I wouldn't. Yeah.
I know. Who did they play tomorrow?
Kilmarnock, innit? Kilmarnock.
Is that Kilmarnock? Right.
I think it's Kilmarnock.
I think you're right, John. I think you're right. So that's 3 points in the bag for them, isn't it? So especially at Ibrox. So we need to win tomorrow, John. We've got to go there and get that win. They kick off at 3, obviously. Just 3 o'clock kick off for them. We kick off at 5. So we know what we need to do anyway, John. We know what we need to do.
Aye. Let's just hope that every one of these Celtic players put in the same performances they did against that mob. Because they're going to be up against it the more. And I've said to you for the last four games, this is the hardest game at the bunch.
That's right. You know? Yep, you've said that. Yep. All right, John. We'll finish up with some comments then, John, if you've got any for us.
Well, let's get the comments. Right. Aye. Make sure I'm on the right video. Nearly 3,000 subs, Xander.
We're nearly there, eh? Nearly there. I've seen that, John. I think we're only 18 away from it or something. Brilliant. Superb. So if you could hit that subscribe button while John's brought that up, hit the subscribe button, get us up to that 3,000. That would be very much appreciated, folks. If you've not already done it, if you've not done it already, hit that subscribe button, please. We'd really appreciate that. I
don't know. They say 3,000 subs. There's a special prize up for the 3,000 subs.
That's right.
The competition will be a wee special prize for 3,000 subs. So stay tuned. Spread the news to your pals.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, that's enough. Enough of that. We would never sell a club for £1. What a game that was. And 2 outstanding goals, particularly from Kyogo, which gave Butland no chance. and now it's time to power on in the new year towards the title.
Yeah, that's it. Power on. Good phrase, like it. That's what we need to do. We need to power on towards the title. Win every game. Treat every game like the cup final. Yep, that's what we need to do.
Aye, did you get your prize? We would never sell a club. Let us know if you got your prize, and thanks for the comment.
Aye, right enough. Aye, because he's over in Ireland, isn't he?
Aye. Over in the Emerald Isle, so let us know if the print made its way there.
And it's slap bang in the middle of Christmas and New Year, so there'll be a wee delay there, I think so. But you should get it within the next few days if he's not got it already.
Aye. Anyway, next up was one club since 1888 who's becoming a regular now. We've seen a few comments for this guy. Thanks for your comment, mate. And he says, back in your box, as your headline says, troops. Once they beat 10-man Ross County at Ibrox with a penalty, they will be out their box again. Well done, Hoops. You have gave us all a great new year. Fantastic podcast, lads.
Yeah, well, that's true. And as soon as they get their first wee Diddy team win, they'll be back at their boxer game. The guy or the girl, right? That says that because you know what it's like. As soon as they get a win again, they'll be out their box again, John, and they'll be the best team in Scotland again. That goes without saying.
Get in your box and nail it shut. That's what I say. Anyway, you had, what do you call it, yesterday? The club, I think it's Club 7 at Celtic Park at Scotland, I'm not sure, but Callum McGregor was doing his after-match speech. I don't know if you've seen that one. Somebody put a wee video up, just like a personal video somebody'd filmed with their phones under.
Right.
And Callum McGregor done his wee speech after the game, and the line he says just nailed it. They came here fully the lip and all that, fully the part, and bumped their gums basically. And Callum McGregor says that, and I just says, I'm proud of you, Callum. You know what he says? They came there on that form, bumped their gums and all that. They hadn't played anybody yet. How good is that, Xander?
Aye, well, that's it. That's it. Is that what we've been saying, though, for weeks, isn't it?
Aye, exactly.
Maybe Callum listens to the podcast.
Aye. Well, the fans all cheered when they said that. They hadn't played anybody yet. And he's 100% right. They haven't played anybody. I was listening to a guy on Radio Clyde going on about how they're going to do this and how they're going to do that. And this manager's the best thing they've ever seen. And this boy's seen as a tank and all that. He's a machine. So there's this guy kidding. They haven't played anybody. You know what I mean? What else these Rangers fans, seriously, if you're listening to this, just come on so we can have a laugh, because these are funny, man. Crack me up. Me up.
Yep.
Anyway.
Exactly. Comments any more, John? Is that us?
No, that was just a wee rant.
All right. What else you got for us?
Roseanne says, what a day, boys. Celtic win and a Celtic frame for me. You didn't actually win, but we're giving you one anyway, Roseanne. I'm delighted. Love the show. Keep up the great work, lads.
Well, there's nothing Roseanne could have done about it. That was my mistake. So she's going to be happy if she thinks she's won. So congratulations, Roseanne. You'll get that print early in the new year, pal.
I think Xander's kidding on. He's no well, try to cheat and all that. Give you a prize, Roseanne. Bit of favouritism, doing poor Collins out of one.
Aye. No, Colin, I hope you enjoy yours as well when you get it, buddy. It's he's costing me a fortune, but I don't mind because I'm in a good mood after Celtic beating Rangers, and it keeps our viewers and our audience happy as well, John, doesn't it, I suppose?
Exactly. No, you're too kind, Xander, but I think it's only the right thing to do to give them both one, because you put a big banner up on the screen saying Roseanne was the winner and all that when poor Collins was sitting there punching the screen.
That's it. Yeah, he's going to get his frame print anyway, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
I can picture Collins raging, know what I mean? I won that. But who knows? Anyway, John Coyle was that. And John Coyle says, we needed that result and performance, but no room for complacency. Time to push on now.
Yeah, well, we've been saying that, haven't we? It's every game's now got to be a Scottish. Every game's got to be a cup final now, John, for here to the end of the season, and just get the league title in the bag. That's the bottom line.
Well, that's exactly how we need to look at it, Xander. Every game's a cup final. I think we'll see the best of Celtic. I'm hoping we see the best of Celtic now. And that game's out the way. Anyway, Mad About Football says we beat Rangers, 8 points clear, injured players returning, things are looking good. Happy New Year, lads.
Yeah, well said, yeah. All these injured players that have been out for months on end, John, are now beginning to come back. Abada, Hatate, Maida, even Carter Vickers to an extent, who's been in and out with injury. All these players are now returning, John, so we're back on form. We're getting the results on the park. We're getting injured players back. So who is it mad about football? He's right. He's right in what he's saying. And Happy New Year to you as well, buddy.
Happy New Year, mate. All the best. Colin Stewart, there's the prize winner right there.
Yeah.
He says, we're not playing well recently. Just come to ours and beat us. And he says, aye, right. I said Kilmac and Matt play well and we win. I'll read that again. I said if Kilmac and Matt play well, we win. And you were right. Dossier's getting sent all over the place. You sound raspy, Xander. Get well soon and have a happy new year. And John and all. Thanks.
Aye. Raspy, isn't it? Doesn't he begin to cover it, didn't it? No, it's I'm just glad things are picking up now, and that's I can move on. I can celebrate my Hogmanay probably in about 4 days' time. I can have a wee drink then, but I was in my bed all through the new year, John, all through the Hogmanay. What the horrible sleeps you get when you're not well. The horrible. How do you explain it? Yes. Anyway, I'm just glad it's nearly over. Anyway, just glad it's nearly over. So thanks for the well wishes again. By the way, thank you.
Aye. Anyway, we've got a guy called James Doran. Was that not a football player, Jamie Doran?
James Doran, aye.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the James Doran. Are you the James Doran? Let us know. He says, what a way to silence the doubters with a victory over the Tribute Act and makes up for the 2 losses against Killie and Hearts. Well, I'm still no over them, to be honest with you. And then he says, and they are clearly hurting now and are demanding a VAR audio after the alleged handball incident with Alistair Johnston, which was offside apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we spoke about it, didn't we? How can you give a penalty if the first phase of play is offside? You can't be offside, then move on to the second phase and give a penalty. It's just knowing the rules. You can't do it.
Well,
we're the home for these people.
Well, if you mention one word that's synonymous with them, it's penalty. That's the word that you kind of associate them with, isn't it? Even people around the world.
100%.
Glasgow Rangers, not even Glasgow Rangers, that's the Rangers, 2012. They hear that name and they think, that's the team that gets all the penalties, isn't it? Tavernier, 83 penalties or something since his time there.
Aye.
What a club. Anyway, thanks for your comment, James Doran.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
And I'm still not over the losses against Killie and Hearts, by the way. That wasn't good. Paul McComb, another regular. He says, great podcast. Well done, John and Xander. I'll say that again because he's not put a comma in there. You know me for commas, Xander. I like my commas. So you not got a comma, I find it hard to read. Says, great podcast. Well done, John and Xander, passing a fitness test. Well and truly shut Sevco up, outplayed them, put them back in their box. Hail. Ref let them get away with murder. Scandalous. Bring on St Mirren.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter what the ref done, didn't they? We won the game, John, and that's the bottom line, isn't it? But he's right. Some of these decisions were unbelievable. I mean, all the yellow cards, it was unbelievable, wasn't it, really? And St Mirren, St Mirren, that's no one to kick off, actually, because for what? 24 hours to kick off, so yeah, bring it on.
That's what I say. I don't get me wrong. I'm always nervous about these going into these away games now. But I think we've had worse form at home this season, Xander. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, draws against Motherwell, draws against St Johnstone, defeats against Hearts. Home form has been up and down, isn't it?
Aye. But like we say, we've got that 3 games on the bounce. That's good. Let's make it for the more. Anyway, the final comment is from G. McP. G. McP says, dodgy VAR and a weak referee showed who's boss.
Dodgy VAR and a weak referee showed who's boss. Don't get that.
I don't get it either. G. McP, you need to leave us that in an understandable format because we don't get that. Dodgy VAR and a weak referee showed who's boss. I take it you're a Rangers fan with that comment, by the way.
Must be, yeah. Because you got to remember on the post-match podcast, John, the headline was Brendan shows who's boss. That was the headline, wasn't it? That I had put up. So maybe he's referring to that. So yeah, he's obviously a Rangers supporter.
Aye. How's things in Castle Grayskull, G. McP? Yeah. It's, you got some team, you know, that like Callum McGregor says, you haven't played anybody all year. And that Rangers fan in Radio Clyde going on about, we beat a fantastic Betis team. They were absolutely garbage, Xander. I know you didn't see it. But
No.
I says that to you, didn't I? Says the gaps they were leaving all over the park. Anybody would have beat them that night. Anybody. He says we beat a fantastic Sparta team. What fantastic Sparta team? They were ranked rotten.
I know.
The only half decent team in your group was what do you call them? The one that beat them and drew with them at Ibrox.
That's right. Yeah.
Limassol.
Yeah. The mighty.
You know, aye. So that was the only team that gives you a game. Apart from Aberdeen, Limassol, and us, you haven't played anybody. G. McP. So away back to Castle Grayskull and stay off Celtic channels. That's all I can say to you. Beat it. Anyway, that's it.
All right, mate. All right. Just wraps up then. Good luck to Celtic tomorrow. Good luck to the boys. We should come out of there with a win tomorrow, I think, John.
I'm fairly confident. I think that's good as enough for a lift to get a win. But it's going to be tough. We're not kidding ourselves. It's always tough going to St Mirren. Look, fingers crossed, legs crossed, the lot crossed. Everybody say your prayers tonight. It's going to be a hard game, but I think we'll come through it okay, Xander.
Yeah, so they are, John. So they are, actually. You say 3-1, I say 2-1. Any sort of win, any win at all, as you say, last minute penalty, doesn't matter, own goal, doesn't matter. Just get the win and get out of there with the 3 points. And we'll do the post-match podcast tomorrow night, John, after the game, obviously. So good luck to Celtic tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow, John.
Okay, Xander. G. McP arranged junior misery. Hail, Xander. See you tomorrow.
Hail, John. Catch you later.